Let's bring in Newt Gingrich, former Speaker of the House, author of the new book, Defeating Big Government Socialism, and a Fox News contributor. Newt, always good to have you with us. Good afternoon to you. What's your reaction to what the former president has to say there?
Well, look, I think, first of all, that it's a mistake to announce before the election. This election should be a referendum on Joe Biden, should be a referendum on the highest gas prices in history. It should be a referendum on 9.1% inflation and all the other things that are going wrong. And anything which distracts from that message, I think, undermines and weakens the Republican opportunity. We have a chance right now to potentially win the biggest victory since 1920. But I think for that to happen, we have to run a national campaign. People have to focus on how big the issues are, and they have to decide that they don't want to continue down the road that Joe Biden has taken us. Anything which distracts from that, I think, is not helpful.
Have you said that to the former president? And what does he think about your theory?
Look, I talk to the president occasionally. He knows my position. I'm not going to get into discussing what we talk about, but I've been very clear publicly and privately that I think from a party standpoint, we have plenty of time to run. Ronald Reagan did not even announce until November of 1979. The whole idea that we have to have somebody announce prior to the fall campaign is wrong. And furthermore, it's not going to affect anybody. The governor of Florida is a remarkable person. He has over $100 million in his account. He was just in Montana endorsing congressional candidate Zinke, who is going to win that seat. And he's been all over the place. He's not going to be intimidated. President Trump is the front runner. President Trump probably will be the nominee. But I think trying to preempt everybody else is impossible.
All right. Newt Gingrich, thank you very much. Always good to talk to you. Obviously, story we're going to be watching very closely in the coming weeks and months. Some Democrats saying that they hope he does get in, that they think it would help President Biden and would help their fundraising as well. So we'll see what happens. Newt, thank you. Always good to see you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.